Hi, I'm Cherami Leigh, and you're listening to the Fairy Tale Podcast.
So, hello everybody, welcome to the Fairy Tale Podcast. We're here with Cherami Leigh, the adorable Cherami Leigh.
Oh, that's so nice.
Well, we met her in person, so we know it's true.
Oh, no.
No, it gets worse. One of our crew got to hang out with her the whole weekend, and we're like totally jealous of.
Awesome.
Yeah, we're jealous of Lucy for hanging out with Lucy.
I had pad thai for the first time, and when I went to Texas, I was like, I have to have pad thai again.
Was it good?
It was good. The one that I had in Dallas, I don't know, maybe it was just the first time, but it was in Tennessee. It was amazing.
So, Anime Southeast is going to be a running tradition to go to the Basil Thai place.
Yay!
That's the other thing we've got to do. Eventually, we've got to get Cherami to come to Nashville so we can take her to the Parthenon.
That'd be awesome.
Yeah, we could take her to the Parthenon and she can have awesome pictures at the Parthenon. Because everybody does that. It's everybody that does that. We go to the Parthenon. It's this big park and everything. A lot of fun.
Question: is Opryland still in existence?
Yeah, Opryland is. Sadly, I wish that they still had the Opryland theme park instead of the mall. Because I remember going to the theme park as a kid and it was awesome.
Park when I was a kid.
Oh, that's what we loved about Opryland theme park was it was the one attraction here in Nashville that it didn't matter whether you were a local or a tourist, everybody went there and loved it.
Yeah, I was there for an audition when I was 7, and the producer took all of I say all the kids, there were 4 of us that were up for the lead roles and took us to Opryland with our parents. It was so much fun.
Oh yeah, I have some seriously good memories of Opryland theme park, especially around Halloween, because Halloween was usually their last day, so they deck the whole thing out for Halloween stuff. They've got cobwebs hanging, and everybody's dressed up in different kind of Halloween-y costumes and stuff, and you just go and you have a good time. You ride the rides, you have fun, and you get to do trick-or-treating at the park. And I was like, oh man, why did y'all ever close this down and turn it into a mall? When we had the flood back in 2010, oddly enough, that was the weekend we were all at the Middle Tennessee Anime Convention, so we got flooded inside of an anime convention, so we were stuck at an anime convention. So we were like, you know what? If you're gonna get flooded in somewhere, it might as well be an anime convention.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was FloodCon. That's actually the name that we gave it.
Yes.
When the flood happened, it basically flooded out the whole mall, and so there was a huge Facebook petition going on for a while to just tear down the mall and bring back the theme park.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there were so many people doing this Facebook petition here in Nashville to take down the mall and bring back the theme park. We're like, do it.
That's great.
But the Parthenon's beautiful. I think you'd love it.
Awesome.
We should take you to the hotel and take a picture at the Magnolia Street.
Oh, yeah. That was another thing that happened. What was that, last year? Yeah.
Yeah.
Little Naru over here came to hang out with me around Christmas time and everything, and we went to the Opryland Hotel, and they have that place seriously decked out with Christmas lights and everything.
Oh, how cool.
And what was really cool is I'd never actually been before, I'd never been, and then our Urza from the podcast, she took pictures over there with her sister and everything, because she went with her family, and I saw those pictures, and I was like, I haven't gone there, and I look over at Nara, and I'm like, we should go. She's like, where are we going to go? I was like, the Opryland Hotel. They have it, super decked out and everything. We're like, let's go, Christmas lights. And we went over there, and there's actually, a Magnolia area, Magnolia Grove or something like that. And so we took pictures of, us pointing at it and stuff. Did I have the Natsu wig that time? Did I walk around in Natsu?
I don't think so, but I was wearing my Lucy wig.
Yeah, You were wearing your Lucy wig.
Oh,
I remember that.
That's
And so we're like pointing at Magnolia, at the Magnolia area. Every sign that said Magnolia, we stopped and took a picture. We're like, yeah, fairy tale.
That is so cool.
We are such goofballs. That's just how we operate, man.
Well, and I live on Magnolia Boulevard in LA.
Yeah.
Nice.
I'm curious as to whether or not I should edit that out, but I'm like, yeah, but they don't know your actual address.
No, it's just super long street.
Awesome, cool. So she's safe. That Mary, alright, look, Mary band of stalkers or whoever you are, leave her alone, okay? If we're not stalking her, you can't either. That's just how it goes.
I'm not that exciting. No one would, if anyone was stalking me, they would get really bored really quick.
No, I don't know.
I really don't think it's that exciting. My life right now is like airport, work, sleep, airport.
Airport, work, sleep, airport.
Airport, sleep. Like, that's really all it is.
I don't know. Naru, here's our question. You got to hang out with her more than any of us. Is that true?
She's
Yeah.
fun.
It was fun, but I was like, we would like hang out at the convention, and then like I didn't do like any crazy nighttime like, woohoo, convention over, let's go be crazy. I didn't do any of that stuff.
We still got to enjoy going to dinner, so that was so nice.
That was so much fun. And take pictures and stuff like that.
Well, I mean, what's some other stuff that you guys want to talk about? Obviously, we're celebrating, Volume 5 coming out, and
Hey!
Volume 5 is out. I'm actually holding it right now, and I've watched most of it. Now that we have a Blu-ray player here at the house, I'm going to check it out in Blu-ray finally, and I'm like,
Hi.
and I'm like, yeah, I can watch it in Blu-ray. But of course, the first thing I popped in was Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2, because I've had that on Blu-ray forever. Because I wanted to check out all the special features, and I was like, oh, they got the special features. Did not realize I had ordered the Blu-ray version, and I did not have a Blu-ray player. So for over a year now, I've had that sitting in my house and never been able to watch it.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
And so I'm like, Fairy Tale, I love you, but I've been waiting for this for so long.
Really? I'm going to Harry Potter Land this summer. I'm very excited.
We had a very big talk about Harry Potter last night with Jade. In fact, Cooking with Elfmen last night was Harry Potter themed. We did a Harry Potter themed Cooking with Elfmen.
What did you guys make?
Well, actually, you'd have to talk to Elfman about that, because I didn't hear most of it, because he's so soft-spoken, I don't catch most of what he says.
Most of us are starving after hearing one word, and we're like, oh,
yeah, that's
food.
the other thing. That's the other thing, because he's doing these cooking directions and ingredients. So I'm just like, I'm sitting here saying every time that a guest comes onto the show, I'm like, look, if you're ever sitting around and wondering about something to cook, just come check out the show and listen to Cooking with Elfman. I swear to God, I know several people that decided that once they realized that he did a segment on how to make your own Reptar bars at home, they were like, yeah.
I know. I remember you guys telling me that. That's so.
Well, hey, it's on our website. Everything, any of you want, if anytime any of you audience, guests, whoever wants to check it out, all of the recipes for Cooking with Elfman are posted up on our website with all the directions, ingredients, and so forth on how to make it. Like, sometimes there's casserole, sometimes it's Asian-styled food, sometimes it's really, really geeky, sometimes it's Rugrats. You never know.
That's very, very clever.
I think one of these times we're just gonna learn we're gonna find a way to do a fairy tale recipe. We tried at MomoCon. Should we tell her about the
dead plues?
Oh my god, that was such a fail.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
We were trying to make ice cream that looked like Plu.
Okay.
And the ice cream kept melting before we could really do anything with it. So it's like the Plus are just melting away and dying.
There's zombified plues. They're so good though.
But it was a sound idea in theory. You get one circular scoop of ice cream, and you get like a little waffle cone. Make sure it's a pointy cone so you can have the pointy nose.
Okay.
And you use that, and then you put like you get like, if you're using vanilla, good old chocolate chips for the eyes and the mouth. And if you're using chocolate ice cream, you can find white chocolate chips, or white chocolate chips rather. Way too much chocolate in that one. You can use white chocolate chips for the eyes and the mouth as well. And that's how we were like, we're gonna make those plues. And we did this live at a panel.
Aww.
And the ice cream is melting all over the place. But we fed everybody, and they got Oreos and milk, and so I don't think they were really complaining. They're like, free ice cream? Free food?
The snow dog celestial spirit.
Yeah, I know, right? And, no, we were talking to Todd earlier. One of the questions happened to be, if you could be any other character besides the character that you actually play, what would it be? And he was like, I want to be Plu. And I'm like,
Plu is awesome. I really do love Plu.
Well, here comes something that apparently I needed to tell you about, because this was one of the questions. I love how people ask questions of you and want to know if you've heard the most recent news about Fairy Tail. And I'm like, I'm pretty sure maybe they haven't.
Yeah, we probably haven't, actually.
All right. Just recently, a new OVA was announced, and it is a Fairy Tail Rave Master crossover, and those are both shows that Hiro Mishima created.
Yeah.
And so, let's see. I cannot remember who was the female lead for the dub in Rave Master. I just remember that the main character that was male was Yuri Lowenthal, so it'd be Todd and Yuri together.
Oh my gosh, that's hilarious.
Yeah. I was like, and Todd was like, "Oh yes, I want to work. I love Yuri." And I immediately had to stop him and go, "All right, ladies and gentlemen in the audience, he means Yuri the person. Yuri the person." He goes, "Yes, we need to clarify that." And I'm like,
yeah,
"Yes."
That would have gotten really awkward.
But yeah, there's a Fairy Tail Rave Master crossover that they're doing as an original release with the next volume of the manga that comes out in Japan. And I just really want you guys to be able to dub the OVA, because that would be so much fun.
That would be hilarious.
Well, the fourth one is let's see, they're at a hot spring and all the girls get drunk.
I have heard about this one.
Yeah.
This one. Yep.
Yeah. And like, even Carla gets drunk, and she's using Happy as a horse. Like, she's riding around on Happy, like Happy's her little horse.
Imagining Tia and Jade acting that out, and it's too much for me.
Oh gosh, that's hilarious though. And then let's see, the fifth one all takes place at a big water park, an indoor water park.
Okay.
And there's lots of hilarity going on all around that.
And of course they're in bathing suits, therefore there's a lot of questionable moments.
Of course, it's Fairy Tail. It's all about fan service.
Exactly.
I just feel for you when they get to the arc that just finished up in Fairy Tail, which is this whole dragon fight, because there's like an entire episode, there's an entire chapter where Lucy is naked and she goes sent flying through the air and crashes into Natsu, and Natsu tries to cover her up and places his hands right on her boobies. And
that's awkward.
and she gets teased about it later by Kana. She's like, "So I heard that Natsu and of course Lucy's like horribly embarrassed. But that's half of it, because Natsu doesn't really understand. That's what makes it adorable. He's like, "I don't understand that I'm copping a feel. I just thought I was being modest and helping you cover up."
Oh, whatever.
Yeah, and no, that's the whole thing. And of course, in typical fashion, Lucy just punches him to the ground.
Of course. As she should.
As she should.
That's how I would respond if Todd did that.
So, also, the other thing, congratulations, you had a birthday recently.
I did. I'm now 25.
How did you enjoy your 25th birthday?
Actually, I was on set shooting a TV show.
Oh, cool.
And I cannot share what show, but I will let everybody know when I can and when it airs. I was in New Mexico.
You are a quarter old.
I am.
Of course, my parents would be like, yeah, call me back when you're half a century. So. Oh my God, when we had Jade on last night, like, Jade looks really young. I thought she was like, I thought I was the oldest person on the show, and she's like, no, I'm older than you. And I'm like, I'm 31. She goes, yeah, I'm older than you. I'm like, you don't look a day over 24.
How old is Jade? She say?
I did not ask.
Okay.
I know better. I did not ask. I've learned.
I don't think she's much older than you.
I'm like, never ask a lady her age. Yeah,
I don't care. I'll own it forever.
She's like, I love my age.
I don't care.
I got over it a while, because I started losing my hair at 21, or 22, and I was like, screw it. I don't care anymore. After about 8 years of being made fun of because I'm balding or my hair's thinning out, and I'm like, I don't care anymore. I'm 31, I'll own it. I put on a hat and people still think I'm like 24, so I'm like, I'm good with that.
Okay, I get that.
Do you girls have anything you want to say? Because I've been talking too much already.
No, I started saying something, but then, like, I was muted.
The mute button strikes again.
No.
I was on mute too. Oh, I did have a question. It's odd though. Since you said that you're gonna do like that really, really like long and absurdly long video opening your cards and the Asuna CDs. Did you ever do the videos?
No, I haven't done it yet, but I really want to do that. I'm gonna do I think I'm going to do a shorter one. Like, I'm going to do a longer video, and then I'm going to do a shorter one and put it on Vine and make that my first official Vine video. And I do need to do it this week because my goal is to get it before it premieres.
Oh, that would be amazing. Yeah, it's Saturday, right?
I think it is. Yep.
Uh-oh, Cherami's going to make her first Vine. Watch out now.
I know. It's gonna be horrible. Just
if you have any questions about Vine and how to properly use it, the number one person probably to talk to is the queen of trolling herself. I just forgot her name. Tara Strong. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
She uses Vine all the time.
I'll have to follow her then.
Yeah. She uses Vine a lot. Yeah. I call her a troller because she trolls us bronies, and that's just how it works.
That's awesome.
I know that you had a little bit of a chance to peruse the dealer room at Anime Southeast.
Yeah, oh, for sure. Yeah, absolutely.
Did you see the fairy tale watches they have?
I did.
I actually bought one of those.
No way! I thought those were really cool.
Yeah, I got one. The one that I got is the one that flips open that has the fairy tale symbol on the front. On the cover, and then you open it up, and it has, like, Carla and Happy's paw prints on it. And I'm like, yeah. But the most interesting thing about this watch was that when I got it, it was set to the correct time in Eastern. So when I got back home to Nashville, all I had to do was take it back an hour.
Awesome.
So I was like, oh my God, you mean it's on time? And I don't have to mess with it? What? Oh, but I was at Nashville Anime Day the other day, and I saw something that I really, really wanted that I'd never seen before. There's an actual fairy tale figure, like a 12-inch figure, and it was Urza, and I wanted it, but I didn't have the money, and I cried. Yeah. Grown man, 31 years old, crying. Yeah, I'm so manly.
Manly.
I cried like Elfman. Yeah.
Cried like Elfman.
I've seen Elfman cry in the anime.
Yeah. Absolutely, he has.
Are we gonna ask, like, the fan questions?
Yeah, Carla, I'm gonna let you do that one.
The first one is from Alvin Lloyd Alpin. He says, what can you say about sword art online and its popularity?
I think it's overwhelmingly cool that the show hasn't even premiered yet, and no one has really seen anything other than the first 2 episodes, and they're already so enthusiastic about it, and that they were enthusiastic before they even found out that there was a dub and who was going to be in it. So I feel very fortunate that I get to work on the show, probably the same way I feel about Fairy Tail, because they're both such huge shows, I just feel so lucky to get to work on them because I love both of them.
Okay.
I'm wondering how long it's going to be before somebody actually sends her like a nerve gear to look at.
Oh my god, that would be so cool.
She's like, she gets like, yeah, like Cherami gets her own nerve gear. She brings it back. Her fiance's like, what is that? And she's like, I'll explain later.
No, if I had my own nerve gear, I explained to him what it was. He'd be like, mine. I'm playing with that.
She's like, no, I'm Asuna.
This is mine. This is mine. He'd be like, no, it's mine now.
My new toy.
That's how that would go down.
Alvin actually has a 3-part question.
Oh, good God.
You got the first part. Now for part 2. Well, then part 3 is, what is Lucy to you?
Probably one of my all-time favorite characters that I've ever gotten to work on. And some of the things that she's gone through and the things that I've gotten to say have been very beneficial for me to get to live through, like kind of as a catharsis to get through stuff. And it's just such an important show to me. The first show that I've gotten to be so heavily involved in for such a long time. So she's definitely one of the closest characters to my heart that I've ever played.
Alright, Katarina, I'm going to butcher this last name, Huzar, she asked, which character was it that you had the most fun with? Patty from Soul Eater, Lizzie from Black Butler, or Lucy?
That's not even remotely fair. Because I have fun doing all of them. I mean, like when even when Lucy is doing like all the sad stuff with her dad, I have so much fun doing that because I get to like really be an actor. And Patty, I got to sing the most ridiculous things or giggle or act like a moron, and everybody thought it was perfect for what they were looking for. Lizzie, I got to be a little more creative with how her lines came across, because Ian was very flexible and let me play. And Fairy Tale is like a crazy human emotional workout, because she's like trying to be serious, and then she's crying, and then she's laughing, and then she's yelling, and then she's jumping up and down. It's like all in a matter of like 7 seconds. So they're all fun. I can't pick which one I had the most fun doing. They were different types of fun.
Fair. That's a fair answer.
Yeah, Lucy's probably more physical. Lizzie is probably more brain, like stretching things and trying to make them work, and staying in the accent. And then Patty is like me, totally relaxed and chill and just acting silly.
Alright. The next question is from Christopher Summers. He asks, how do you feel about Nalu? Would you like to see them together?
Oh, Natsu and Lucy?
Yes, the shipping of Natsu and
As
Lucy.
a fan of the show, yeah, I think it makes sense for them to be together. But as the voice of Lucy, I say absolutely not. I don't think Lucy and Natsu, I think it's like, they have like a best friend, brother-sister thing. And I know everybody wants them to be together, and in some ways I do too. But then in other ways I'm like, no, like, I really want Natsu to be with Lizana. I don't know why I think that's a happier pair. And I don't know who I would want. I don't know who I would want Lucy to be with. I'll have to think on that.
Yeah, there's a whole shipping war going on with Natsu Lucy and Natsu Lizana. People actually get kind of up in arms about it, and they can actually have arguments and...
Oh, people get crazy. I had a panel where these two girls were yelling back and forth at each other. It was a little terrifying.
Yeah, I've seen people do that. It's like, they're fictional characters. Calm down.
And it's like, we can't really do anything about it. It's, the artist.
It's okay. But, moving on. Josh Moyers, which You actually met at Anime Southeast. His display picture is the picture that he got taken with you.
Oh, yay! Awesome!
Yeah, he wants to know which character has been the most challenging to work on, which I think you answered that in Katarina's.
The most challenging ever? I think it changes each time I work on a show. Like, in the beginning, when I had worked on a lot of stuff, like, Road was pretty tough, and then I got used to that character, and then when I played Shunpei, that was a little difficult, because I never played, like, a boy, for that many episodes before, but I was so excited that I got to play Shunpei. And then, I don't know, like, they all build on each other, and there are difficult days for difficult roles. Like, Shauna was difficult because of, self-inflicted pressure I put on myself that I wanted to be sure to do right by what Tabitha has done and everybody else. And then, Fairy Tail has been challenging in some ways for the same reason that I'm a perfectionist and I want it to be perfect. And the same with, Sword Art Online in that way. Like, I want it to be perfect, that sometimes there are days that are harder than others. I'm trying to think, like, recently, what was the day that was, like, super hard? There was a day that was super, like, weird because I'm not used to it, and that was working on the zombies, because she doesn't talk very much, so we could only do, like, non-verbal, vocalized, like, reactions, I guess, or it would just be, like, one little tiny reaction noise, and they had to be in, like, sentences, and they had to sound different, and it's like, well, but I can only make this noise so many different ways. that was kind of hard.
There's only so many variations of the word,
Yeah, pretty much. I can only breathe aloud so many different ways. Who am I?
And make full functioning sentences out of one sound.
Yeah, but it was fun. It was a fun challenge. I really did enjoy it. I was glad that Tyler let me do that, because that was so much fun.
Okay, the last question I think was already previously answered in another question, but Hannah Sands is like, what is it like playing Lucy from Fairy Tail and Lizzie from Black Butler, but you kind of answered that.
Awesome and fun.
In a nutshell.
Oh, there we go. Yeah.
Easily 2-word answer.
Amazingly awesome.
Well, okay, well, we're out of questions for right now.
Okay. Rojas' wristband.
Yes!
Right.
I had that wristband around here somewhere. I don't know where it's at, though. I'm like, oh. All that served to do is make me aware that I'd lost that wristband, and now I'm, like, sad again. Okay, so Cherami for 12th Doctor.
No.
That's a thing.
I want to be the companion.
You want to, okay, Cherami for the companion.
Yeah.
That's still it. Okay. We'll push for that. Cherami for companion. Keep that's the new Twitter hashtag.
Yeah! Oh, that's awesome.
I'm trying to think about other stuff that we could talk about. Like, well, I mean, it was kind of a double release today for Fairy Tail, because you got the second half of season 1, so 24 episodes came out.
Right, yeah.
And, then of course volume 5 came out, and then volume 6 comes out next month. And I'm like, need volume 6. As much as at the same time I'm also like, need volume 7. So yeah, all of that. It can't come out soon enough for me. But, I mean, what are some of the reactions you've gotten from fans of Fairy Tail so far?
Everybody's been really excited and really supportive, and then I have people come up and they say, what shows are you in at a convention? I'm like, well, I was in Fairy Tail. They're like, I've heard about that show. My friend loved it. I'm like, well, you should watch it. Like, that's what he keeps saying, but if I watch it, then I'm not, if I don't like it, you're in trouble. I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then I'll see them at, different conventions, same area. They're like, I've watched all of the episodes so far, and now we've run out of episodes. I'm like, well, at least I'm not in trouble. They're like, no, you're in trouble for another reason.
Oh, God.
So there's people, and then there's some people that say, like, that's just not my kind of show, and I'm like, that's fine. I totally understand that, but for the most part, everybody seems pretty pretty supportive or pretty open-minded to wanting to try it out, see how it goes.
Right. So what has the cosplay reaction been? Because I know there's lots of fairy tale cosplay walking around now.
I love it. I think it's really cool. I actually, one of my favorite situations was there was a group of girls that were dressed up as Edilis Lucy and, like, the original Lucy. And then Asuna in both season 1 and season 2 Asunas, different,
Oh yeah, Sword Art Asuna and Alfheim Asuna.
Yeah. And then there was.
Oh, I have a Crunchyroll account. I've seen all 25 episodes. Yeah, I knew what you were getting into the moment they announced. I was like, Cherami doesn't even understand how powerful these two characters are, Lucy and Asuna. Like, there's such a big internet fan base for those shows.
But they have those, and then a Lizzie and a Patty. And I freaked. Like, it's all my girls!
They did that on purpose.
Yeah.
No, they were all friends. I was like, where's Shauna?
Like, you're missing one.
We'll have to get another person. I was like, get more friends!
God, I'm trying to think about, is there anything else that you can talk about? You did a thank you video for the Walking Ted.
Yes.
And I gotta comment on how much I love the hair for that.
Thank you.
It's just like, I'm so used to, like, all the pictures that I see of you are usually, like, are like at a con, or, they're your professional photos, your headshots.
Right.
And, I'm used to seeing those, and then I see you do this video and you've got that hair, and I'm like, wait, what? Whoa, what happened to Cherami?
Yeah.
What?
I like that look. Oh, actually, another thing I could talk about, a film that I did a few years ago called Beyond the Farthest Star has an official release date, which is October 18th, which is a Friday, and it'll be in theaters. I think it's starting with, like, a select small number of theaters the first weekend, and then depending on how it does, other people can get it in theaters closer to them. But the way that you can get your city to be the next batch to get it in theaters is to go to the website, beyondthefartheststar.com, and click the Bring It button and fill in some stuff. And if you want to make sure that you know what you're watching before you click the Bring It button, tomorrow night at midnight, so I guess like when Wednesday becomes Thursday, they will be showing the exclusive premiere. So that will be like the premiere of the preview. So the premiere of the preview.
The premiere of the preview.
For the film. So you can watch a little summary and then get ready for it to release October 18th. So that will be cool. I'm also a little dark in that movie. I have black extensions, not
your black extensions, okay.
Smoke in that movie. And I drive a Jag. And no, I didn't drive a Jag in that. I drove a Porsche. It's been a while, but I think I drove a Porsche. I drove a Porsche in something, I drove a Jag in something else. I, get blessed with driving really expensive, cool cars for my job, and it makes me so nervous. That's actually the hardest job I've had. Driving expensive cars where they're like, please don't wreck this, we have to return this. Or the owner's standing by, and it makes me really paranoid.
All of the pressure.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I just, a friend of mine sent me something, about, regarding something with Kenichi. And I was looking, and I was like, you know what? We've got Cherami on. I'm just gonna look up Kenichi. And sure enough, you're in Kenichi. And I'm like, and it says Honoka, and I'm like, wait, which one's Honoka? And I'm like, oh my God, the little sister.
Sister, yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, oh my God, that's awesome. That's another series that I follow, like, with a quickness. I love
that show. That was so much fun.
I love History's Mightiest Disciple.
Oh yeah.
I love that. Like, I keep up with the manga. I love that series so much. It's so funny. Like Fairy Tail, it has a lot of fan service. Actually, Kenichi has more fan service. But yeah.
Yeah, I think Kenichi for sure has more fan service.
So everybody that's in this call right now is everybody that was in Anime Southeast.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, I was, in the green pigtails.
I do remember that.
She was Levi, yeah.
No, I was Miku at that.
Oh, yeah, that's right. You were Miku on day one, yeah.
But she's Levy today. Huh. I enjoy the girl power friendship. They're like the sisterhood of fairy tale.
Yeah.
In Lucy.
Yeah, I think we ran out of questions a while back. Do you guys have any questions for Cherami?
You mentioned earlier that you played Road?
Yes. Road and D-Grain Man.
Yes, my favorite character. Is it wrong that this is the second time that you've been in a series that I've coupled your character and Todd's character together? Like I ship your characters?
That happens more often than not.
I ship Natsu and Lucy, and I ship Road and Alan. Especially, see, I really wish that you could have gotten further in on that story for D. Grayman, because there's a point where Road, like Alan and the rest of them show up where Road is at, and Road just hops up. She sees Alan, she goes, Alan, hops up, wraps her arms around her, and just plants one right on his mouth. And I'm like, why was this not done? This was hilarious. She just straight out, like, out of nowhere kisses him, and it totally surprises Alan.
Yeah, Todd told me that there was stuff like that happened and, like, warned me in the show. That's happened to Todd's character and my character multiple times. I think that's not the first time it happened. I think the first time it happened was probably in Holic with Himawari and Watanuki, which I really want them together.
Let's just face it, somewhere on the internet, if not in several places already, there's a huge petition for just, you know, the Cherami Leigh Todd character coupling thing going on. It's like, we will get all these couples together and they will be happy.
I mean, I don't know, but apparently that is the way it works.
That's just how it's gonna go. We're just gonna have, like, the next time that we have you and Todd together, we're just gonna go ahead and, like, I'll set the microphone down in front of you and be like, okay, now we're gonna do Alan talking to Road, and now it's gonna be Natsu talking to Lucy, and Hiro, we're just gonna have all your couples, we're just gonna have all your characters that are coupled together just do, like, these little romantic moments and everything, then we're gonna put them up and let the fangirls go wild.
Actually, they probably wouldn't go wild. It would be like...
Oh, okay, fine. If you were a member of the Justice League, if you could be anybody in the Justice League, Cherami, who would it be?
I can't even pick. I don't know.
Who's your favorite superhero?
Iron Man.
Nice.
Yes! I love Iron Man. I'm like all tech savvy and whatnot, so it's just like, the thought that I could do all this with computers.
So the next time that they do,
the Pepper Potts and, Tony Stark had a child, and it was like, flash forward a few years and she's a teenager, like, that would be the only way that would work.
Oh, so Cherami wants to be the love child of...
Yeah, I want to be the love child. I want to be Penny Pot.
Penny Pot.
Penny Pot Stark, because it would be hyphenated.
That's okay. Here's another one that I've got now. Then, since you said the word penny, I'm going to take this back, kind of a little old school. I'm going to go with Inspector Gadget here.
Yeah.
I would love if they brought back Inspector Gadget. I would love for you to be Penny.
Funny story. When they did it the first time, many years ago, I auditioned for that movie when I was like 8.
Ah. That would have been so cool.
How many years have you been doing this?
I started acting when I was like 5, so 20 years.
I think we're all out of stuff to say.
We're wrapping it up like a celebration present.
Yeah, like a celebration present. Or like that one time I went to Anime Expo last year, I walked outside, and they had hot dogs wrapped in bacon, and I was like...
That sounds amazing.
It was, and everybody was like, "You're so gonna get indigestion." I'm like, I lived on MRAs for 7 months. This is not gonna give me indigestion. I ate 2 of those things every day I was there. I was fine.
My boyfriend, fiance person, does not like bacon.
You're,
I know.
See, that's like a deal breaker in relationships with me. If you don't like bacon, man, we cannot be. You are a sweetheart for letting that go.
Well, I like him, so.
Oh, well, that kind of does help. Alright, so, thank you guys so much for checking it out. Actually, you know what? This is the time where Cherami gets to plug all of her stuff, so plug away.
Well, Fairy Tail's out, as we've been talking about all day today, in celebration. So, watch it, buy it, support it, love it, tell your friends, and make them buy it, and watch it, and support it, and love it. Sword Art Online will be on Toonami this Saturday, and as always, Soul Eater, and One Piece, and hopefully some other shows will be on Toonami as well, but Sword Art Online for sure, premieres this weekend. For more information on the web series The Walking Dead, which, fingers crossed, is officially a go, so we'll see for sure. But that's a new web series about a zombie teddy bear, if you want to check that out. And check out the trailer for Beyond the Farthest Stars tomorrow night at midnight. And, check out film premieres October 18th.
And so, yeah, that is all the things that Cherami's doing. Oh, what are we doing? I don't remember. Oh, yeah, we're going to be at Otakon. We're going to try and arrange a meetup at Otakon, hang out. Come meet us, and we'll do fun things. And got a bunch of crazy interviews with some people you might have heard of. I don't know, like Jade Saxton, Micah Solasad, Yoko Kanno. You know, just some random people. We might sit down with this one guy. I think his name is Crispin Freeman. Yeah, just a bunch of nobodies you've never heard of. No, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. And then coming up, we've got TokyoCon, AoiYumaCon coming up. And we'll be hanging out with the wonderful Cherami Leigh at AoiYuma. So, and then almost the end of the year, our second to last con, we're going to be hanging out with Cherami again. She's coming back to Tennessee for Anime Blast. So, yeah. We go hang out, have fun. We're gonna like go give her like we're gonna bring gummy bears and just hang out and eat gummy bears. It's totally what we're gonna do. What is your favorite food? Like snack food?
I don't know.
Because we'll bring that. Because I can bring that to your autograph table and be like, here you go.
I don't really think that I've ever not liked.
So we've got all that awesome stuff going on, and don't forget, if you want to send in questions for us to actually ask all of our guests when we interview them at cons, you can send them to fairytalepodcast@gmail.com. You can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/fairytalepodcast. Follow us on Twitter @fairytalecast. Holy crap, we have a Tumblr now. What?
Yay!
fairytalepodcast.tumblr.com. And we're on Reddit. That's just really crazy. And then, of course, finally we have our last bit, which of course we now have an Instagram. So we'll be taking all sorts of crazy photos at cons and posting them up. And again, when we're at cons, we'll keep you up to date on what's going on the Twitter. So make sure to keep an eye on our Twitter. And guys, as soon as we get up to 2,000 followers on Twitter, we're going to start the campaign again, the hashtag Fairytale on Toonami. So we definitely want to do that. Let's get Toonami to pick up Fairy Tail, because that is where it belongs. Up on Toonami, up on Adult Swim. That's where Fairy Tail needs to be. I mean, geez, God, she's been doing Fairy Tail longer, and yet Sword Art gets on Toonami first. What is this crap?
I know that was almost like instantaneous. That was crazy.
Well, Sword Art has this huge following, huge following. So they kind of seemed. It seemed like a safer bet, but I mean, Fairy Tail has a huge following too. It feels like Sword Art would be the easiest choice because it's only 25 episodes.
Right.
Fairy Tail might be 96 around now. Oh, come on, who are we kidding? Todd got his tattoo. We all know it's really 96 episodes. Yeah, that is a bunch of the ways that you can find us and get a hold of us. And don't forget, if you're here checking out our YouTube page, please click like and subscribe, and let us know how you thought of it. Post in the comments below. If you're listening to this on iTunes, check out our YouTube page, because that's where all of our live shows are. And we don't post every episode of Fairy Tale Podcast up on iTunes anymore because we have to. There's only so many episodes we can put up a month because we have restrictions. So, thank you guys so much. I'm Nachi Dragneel, here with Carla, 2 Lucys, and a Juvia.
Yay!
It's like a full house. We've got a Carla, Juvia, a Natsu, and 2 Lucys winning.
Yay!
Which is even more funny considering that I bought a set of Fairy Tale playing cards at Anime Southeast. And guess who the Ace of Spades is? Uh-oh, it's Lucy.
Yay!
That's it for us.
Thank you!